Hi everyone, Jennifer here. I'm flipping through a vintage Victoria magazine from September 1994 in today's video. Welcome back to the Daily Connoisseur. I really enjoyed flipping through a vintage Victoria magazine last month in August, and many of you requested that I do it again for September, so that is what I'm doing today. I have a vintage Victoria magazine from September 1994, which was 25 years ago, which is crazy, and I'm so excited. This one has TASHA Tudor in it, so this is going to be really, really good. So I hope that you grab yourself a cup of tea and join me as we step back in time now to September 1994. All right, everyone. So we have September 1994 here. That was 25 years ago. Can you believe it? And I love the cover. It's beautiful. And I have not flipped through this, so this will be a fun surprise to have along with you. The title says, Finding the Quiet Center of One's Life. Share in the special journeys of distinguished women. I think that's what we all need, right? Ribbons of friendship, beautiful memories of beloved times, savor Indian summer in TASHA Tudor's garden. Oh my gosh, this is the TASHA Tudor episode. Or issue, sorry, I'm excited. Okay, so I love cover. Let's come in. This is going to be so good, I can tell. All right, here we have our Isabella Rossellini for the Lancome Paris mascara ad. And I equally enjoyed looking at the advertisements from last time. Isn't that funny? There we have a Saturn car and then the table of contents here. And Calvin Klein, Eternity for Men. Aren't these perfume and cologne ads just so evocative? Okay, dear friends. This is from the editor-in-chief, Nancy Lindemeyer. It says, Private passions, determined paces. My religion is my art for me. It is everything in life, said Gwendolyn John, whose painting appears above. With a meditative and intensely personal quality, her work, more than 1,000 watercolors and drawings and 200 oils, has survived to be appreciated by such collectors as Wilhemina Holliday, founder of the National Museum of Women in the Arts. Without the passion and determination of such pathfinders as Wilhemina, the beauty of women's art would be, if not lost to us, then surely not as accessible as it should be. Well, I need to add this artist to the Chic assignment. What's her name? Gwendolyn John. So there's Gwendolyn John. So I'll put her in the Chic assignment one month in the future so we can learn more about her. Okay. And here's an ad for Clinique, turnaround cream. I don't know if they still have that one. Okay. Dear friends, here's a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Very deep. And here is an advertisement for Waterford. I love Waterford. My parents collect it, and it's just such a classy crystal, isn't it? And I love the ads back then. So classy, these ads. Ads are not this classy anymore. Events, occasions, and celebration. Among the month's many offerings, a tribute to a musical prodigy and the benches that once reigned in Central Park. Okay. Here's an ad for Talbot's. You don't see many Talbot's ads anymore, although Talbot's is still around, but look at her style. I feel like this is that fall fashion that came back, right? That kind of bourgeoisie fall fashion. Some of the editors call it boring, but I like it. Okay, favorite things. Robin's egg blue, nature's tranquil hue. There lay her shining eggs as bright as flowers, ink spotted over, shells of green and blue, marveled English poet John Clare. Upon discovering a robin's nest, on these pages we domesticate this beloved hue to color every room of the house. I do love a robin's blue. Look at the wallpaper, and how beautiful is this? This looks like a little towel or hand towel holder. You know me, I love wallpaper. Just love it. I love Robin's egg blue. There is a Mustang ad. Okay, we're still on favorite things here. They're robin's egg, turquoise, and faint bottle green, wrote Eliot Paul of his skies over Paris, heavenly hues that come down to earth here. Love that color. How pretty is this frame with the bow tie above it? And here is an advertisement for Thomasville, the furniture company. That's a nice sleigh bed. And that company is still around. Remember, I totally remember this. My parents, when they bought their bedroom set and their dining room set, we went to Thomasville Furniture and it was a big event. So remember that. Okay, favorite things. As a child cries all over, I kept insisting on robin's egg blue tiles around the fireplace, which gives a room a kind of flying heartedness. And that is Medba Magukian, 4 o'clock Summer Street. Beautiful. Absolute ad. Absolute is one of their major advertisers. Okay, in beauty and fashion, sharing memories, sharing secrets. It's the squeal of delight most of us know. It's wonderful to see you again. You haven't changed a bit. Such treasured words as these signal the start of a joyous reunion, a happy time of secrets shared, beauty and otherwise. And this talks about a daily path to pretty skin. And they say here, as summer drifts into fall, moisturizer remains as essential as ever, with Lancome's Regenery Double Performance Treatment helping to stave off premature aging as well. Here's an ad for Nivea. Beauty and fashion, radiance inside and out. And I love the little pictures of the tea and the beautiful bath products. And here's a lady in her robe reading a book. Romantic Reminiscence, From Earthly Possessions, the Enchanted Cottage. Look at this beautiful cottage room. Oh, I love it. It's so pretty. It says, when Victoria first visited Sandy and Ken Keohane, that was in May 1992, they had just opened Earthly Possessions, an antique shop brimming with household treasures. But more recently, the Massachusetts couple used their wares to transform a forgotten garden cottage into a place where fairy tales might come true. Eddie Bauer ad, and this is more from their shop. I just love the Victoriana. You know, somebody said something in the last Victoria video that I did, that you know how farmhouse is popular today? Well, I guess that's what the Victorian era was like back then. This totally makes sense. So it wasn't just me who was into it. It was, it was like as if one of our children today grows up and is reminiscent about farmhouse style. This is an ad for Caswell Macy. To be beautiful or not to be is no longer the question. I love the advertisements back then. I think they were more classy than the ones today. This is a beautiful room. It says, in a landmark mill, antique books and artistry. When antique book dealers James and Carol Cummins moved into a restored New Jersey mill, they set up shop for more than their treasured volumes. They created a showcase for local artisans who prize this area, landmark as much as they do. Maybe that's my grandfather clock, but I think it adds to the ambiance. Okay, this says a 10-minute miracle. 10 minutes, 3 steps. That's all it takes to change your skin. That looks like Christy Brinkley. I don't think that's Christy Brinkley though. Okay, this one says, taking care of the past, a disciple weaves the threads of time. So this, oh, this looks like it's on doilies. Look at this, doily making. How unique. That is definitely a skill. Spiegel ad. Okay, William Cullen Bryant's Retreat, a home well versed. Look at that home. Time has scarcely touched the William Cullen Bryant homestead in Cummingham, Massachusetts. Cummington, Massachusetts. Dawn is still shrouded in early morning mists and perceived by the commotion of robins, rearing families and eaves on the porch. Upstairs in the poet's bedroom, a berry basket waits patiently to be taken up on the morning's ramble. Now that looks like a beautiful home. Here are some feet for easy spirit. This is a poet's page. So here is a poem by Rita Dove. I'll read this one to us. It says, Flirtation. After all, there's no need to say anything. At first, an orange peeled and quartered flares. Like a tulip on a Wedgwood plate, anything can happen. Outside, the sun has rolled up her rugs, and night strewn salt across the sky. My heart is humming a tune I haven't heard in years. Quiet's cool flesh, let's sniff and eat it. There are ways to make of the moment a topiary, so the pleasure's in walking through. By Rita Dove. It's beautiful. Coming home catalogs. Okay, savoring an Indian summer. As the days become crisp and sweater weather sets in, children embark on autumn pursuits with one foot planted in the classroom and the other still in the garden. Yes, it's back to school time. Look how lovely she looks. And here is an advertisement for Eisenhart, wallpapers, borders, and fabrics. You know I love this. This looks like a grazing table. Hey, that's trendy now. Eisenhart, this is still an advertisement? Yeah, so they're showing wallpaper, and I love that whole look. Okay, fly away, for summer is done. Come again, come back to me, bringing the summer and bringing the sun. Christina Georgina Rossetti, To a Swallow. We study Christina Rossetti's poems a lot in our homeschool. Grey Poupon. So I remember the Grey Poupon ad. It was somebody who pulled up and said, "Excuse me, do you have any Grey Poupon?" Who remembers that ad? Okay, this one says An Herbal Cup of Cheer by Emily Tolley from An Herb Lover's Garden, and I love this feature. Over the years, my delight in flavored brandies has married well with my passion for herbs. When the weather turns cooler, though, I am tempted to prolong the pleasure of the garden. The idea of making some luscious herbal liqueurs in time for the holidays always spurs me on to the harvest before the frost fells the plants. Now, I am not a brandy drinker, so I will not be making herbal brandy. Spattered with roses. Oh, Victorian papers. I want to see if this business is still here. Wouldn't that be amazing if it was? There's that Vanilla Fields ad. And the Bombay Company, Physicians Formula. It's funny, they have the same sponsors, I guess you could say, each month. Kind of like, just like today. Here's Truly Lace. I remember that advertisement. And calling cards. Cooking and entertaining, a Nantucket Inn with a summertime heart. Look at that fall table by the fire. Delicious. That looks like a bouillabaisse. And some wine and some flowers. So pretty. Perched high on a bluff overlooking the Atlantic, this amiable inn always gives an end-of-summer stragglers a reason to dally. Memorable meals with ingredients from garden to sea. I guess that's called Summer House. Okay. Look at these clams. Oh, we love clams in this house. And that looks so good, too. That looks like a pecan tart. Okay, there's the Sanderson wallpaper ad. Lovely, and it says here, remembering a kind of September. Look at the blue and white. You know I love blue and white. I would love a blue and white China tea set. That's something that I will definitely save up for because I've always wanted one of those. Look at this room. Theodora Van Runkle, a home where memories comfort. This is a beautiful home. I love homes like this. So rich and just gorgeous with the tapestries and the fabrics and everything. The paintings on the walls. This is so beautiful. It's so like my style, I feel like. She says, this house is my friend. So she's a designer here. That reminds me of my mother-in-law. She's got designs like this all around her house. Look at this bedroom. Oh my word. This is like my dream bedroom. This is my dream bedroom. It says the pine and white painted armoire above, like so much else in clusters, is slated for a change. I bought it years ago at a Santa Rosa flea market, intending to refinish it, perhaps this year. Well, it looks good to me. I don't even think she needs to. Look at this bed. Oh my goodness, with the wallpaper. I mean, how much would you love to just curl up with a book in this bed? I hope you can see it, that the glare isn't too bad. It's so beautiful. Suzanne Ilstad stands on medicine's frontier. Look at these cameos. Dr. Suzanne Ilstad, pictured with her daughter Susie above, works on the cutting edge of science, eyeing a future when some of our worst diseases will no longer threaten us. She finds encouragement and refreshment in the past, in a home filled with antiques, certainly, but perhaps also in patterns set by her own forebears. Both her mother and maternal grandmother were nurses. Her father's mother, Melina, opposite, gave Suzanne her first cameo and passed down stories of the hard-working and independent life she led. This is her cameo collection. Oh my goodness, look at these rooms. Okay, I'm completely swooning here. Can you see this? I hope you can. Let me zoom in a bit. Look at these rooms. That, again, another bedroom. See, I should model my bedroom after these because it's like you should just create it. This is so beautiful with that canopy bed. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let me zoom out now so you can see. I shouldn't zoom in because then it's hard for me to get back to where I was. There we go. Okay, new furniture that presides as quiet sentinels of the past. Beautiful. Beautiful antique furniture. I love antique furniture. Look at this desk. Oh my goodness, I love it. That looks like a little rose cordial up there. I love this. Beautiful dining room table. Another bedroom. This is full of bedrooms that I am totally swooning over. I love the beds, four-poster bed here, the wallpaper. So nice. Welcome, friends. Expectation fills the house. At long last, they're all coming, those oldest and dearest of friends with whom you shared so many hilarities and adventures, and tears too in earlier years. So bring out the mementos, photos, and favorite treats, making every room a celebration of bonds that, though they may stretch, will never break. There's nothing better than getting together with your girlfriends. Okay, look at that. That's lovely. Another bed. I'm telling you, I want to go to bed now. These beds are so amazing and sumptuous. Look at this canopy. Oh, and the sheets. It says a room arranged with an understanding heart. Yes, they understand what a perfect bedroom looks like. Okay, this is a model. She's often in the Victoria magazines. French designer Vanessa Bruno, a practical sort of romantic. Look at these beautiful clothes. Love them. Wow, so pretty. Look at this. Isn't that like the perfect winter ensemble? I love those boots and that gorgeous coat. Okay, the writer in residence is Susan Minot. Gentility and adventure in an austere land, Medora's story. Wish I had time to read the whole thing to you. Okay, beautiful. I'll read the quote here. Counts and dukes traveled from Europe. Medora played the piano, and with the doors open to the porch, the guests would dance in the hot Dakota night, sipping iced champagne from crystal glasses. Cultivating a fragrant career, gardener Robin Collins. Look at this garden. This is so pretty. Look at this beautiful bloom. The blue and white. The blue and white. You know I love blue and white. Love it. Here we have Wilhelmina Holiday, rewriting art history in a most appealing way. So she's the one with the women artists, that tea service. Gorgeous. We have Lila Cabot Perry, Rachel Roish, Antoinette Haudrabor Lescaut. I need to add all of these ladies to the chic assignment. She says, a little girl has to come from a very sophisticated family to know Mary Cassatt as a role model. We've got a big job to do. Yes. That's true, and that's why I like to bring the chic assignment to everybody, because not everybody gets to, appreciate that art, when they grow up. Ellen Day Hale. This one is Jenny Augusta Brownscombe. Beautiful. Oh, I have so many ideas now for chic assignment artists in residence. Here we go. TASHA Tudor's September Garden. TASHA Tudor. I gotta zoom in for these. So this is when I was introduced to her, was through Victoria magazine. It says, perched at the very summit of a steep Vermont mountaintop, TASHA Tudor's garden greets autumn early, long before the frost nips most of New England's flowers. It sears TASHA's perennial beds, putting many blossoms to sleep until spring. We'll log on so you can see this. This is so exciting, just so wonderful. So she says, how do I know when to expect a frost? Why, I feel it coming in the soles of my feet. She was so in tune with nature. I wish I could read all of this. You have to see, if you haven't seen my TASHA Tudor video, you must look for it. I'll try to link it down below. Here's her granddaughter. I love that they're always barefoot in these beautiful dresses. And look at this stove, making pies. Just delightful. It says, Tasha's friends are notoriously well fed. As soon as she hears that company is coming, the cook stove is stoked up and a pie slipped in. A young friend often lends a hand, and freshly picked pears and grapes invite nibbling. How amazing would it have been to take tea with Tasha Tudor? Okay, we do have to move on though. It says, desserts gilded with burnt sugar. Oh, I love burnt sugar. Creme brulee is one of my favorite desserts. Burnt sugar cream cake and mocha crunch ice cream. Delicious. And the recipes here. Once Upon a Victorian Christmas. Love Potion Liqueur. Won't be making that one probably. Burnt sugar crunch. That's something more that I would make. More recipes. Burnt sugar cookies. The Romance of Old Books. There's my Samantha. All my girls from the 80s and 90s. We loved our Samantha. Here are the little advertisements in the back. I do love looking at these as well. Here to shop and buy. The Ribbons of Friendship. I made a wreath like this when I was a child, and my parents still have it. I made it for Christmas. It's actually quite easy. You just get the wreath mold and then you get ribbons and simply tie them in bows. And then, this is lovely too. The Sun Rose, a ribbon at a time. Emily Dickinson. There's our girl, Emily Dickinson. There we go. Is this an Emily Dickinson poem? Let me see. I can't read what it says there. It says, ribbons were not mere fripperies in the life of a Victorian woman, mulberry-printed dimity or a serviceable brown serge, perhaps, but somewhere on the shelves were bound to be reels of gay ribbons as well, inexpensive plain grosgrain or beautifully painted or printed woven silks, temptations by the yard. And in the final article called Chimes, it says, The Narrated Life by Perry Kloss. There's my clock. It says, if you keep a diary, you live a narrated life, and a narrated life is intrinsically different. It has an extra layer. Yes, that's true. I used to keep a diary, and I think I'm going to go back to doing it. And then this is an advertisement for Carolina Herrera's floor. Well, I thoroughly enjoyed that. In fact, so much that I think we have a few more minutes for me to go back to TASHA Tudor. I just didn't want this video to be too long, but I have to read a little bit more. Okay, let's see what it says here. Besides that fireplace, Tasha loves to entertain guests, weaving stories until long after dark. She also likes having friends round the dinner table, lavishing compliments on her garden and begging for more of her sumptuous cornbread. And she's scrumptious cornbread. And she'll send visitors wandering through the labyrinth of paths that wind around her terraces, listening for the sounds of delight that waft up the hill when they discover unexpected vistas and hidden entryways. But best of all, Tasha appreciates a helping hand in her garden. Mind you, Tasha is as strong as a team of oxen, but at 95 pounds, even she has her limits. And in the fall, those limits are often stretched. I'll read this last paragraph to us. As September slips on, Tasha still has plenty of projects on hand. There are plants to be potted for midwinter blossoms and goat cheese to be sprinkled, with the dried sage hanging from the rafters. The cold frame must be filled with next spring's pansy and primrose seedlings, and each covered with the wire mesh to deter greedy rodents. Next year, she warns, I plan to build myself a proper cold frame, mark my words, just like the one I saw in the Tale of Benjamin Bunny. Now that was a remarkable piece of craftsmanship. And can't you just see Tasha sitting by the glow of her parlor fire, bouquet of autumn leaves at her elbow, leafing through the pages of Beatrix Potter books, learning to be a better gardener, picking out ideas. Okay, friends, thank you so much for joining me this month as we looked through September 1994 of Victoria magazine. I appreciate all of you who watch my channel, and I just want to thank you and ask that you subscribe and share these videos with a friend that you think would enjoy going back in time and looking at what the world was like 25 years ago. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Daily Connoisseur, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone!